my presentation today is why I act the way I do at work. Of course, seeing this topic, most of us know about temperament. I will know that okay, why I act the way I do when I hear that they're talking about temperament. So okay, I started with this slide that temperament defines our pattern of behavior and has been said to affect the way we respond to situations or issues at work, which play a major role towards the success of an organization. There is this way, okay, temperament is said to define one's character because different way people relate, sometimes we can attribute different people's character to look alike. So temperament was used to sort of define different people's character like that. So it also affects the way we respond to issues and situations, the way we take up tasks, the way we act, and in everything we do. And there's a way it contributes to the success of the organization. That's why it's necessary for us to look into it today. So, different types of temperaments is majorly divided into both extroverts then introverts. Then it's divided into four different temperaments. It was a man, I've forgotten his name, that divided the temperaments into four different temperaments. That is sanguine, choleric. Both sanguine and choleric, they are extroverts. Then melancholy and phlegmatic, they are introverts. Then I said something here that two people can have the same temperament, but due to various environmental and lifestyle factors, can have different personalities, such that if two people are choleric, for example, they will still behave different, they will still behave differently to issues. Okay, let's assume a choleric, okay, one of the choleric person grew up in a loving environment. There are sometimes that the person will still consider people when it comes to taking decisions. And the colleague that grew up, maybe she had to fend for herself, she has to look for ways to get out of situation herself, even while she was so very small, she was maltreated and everything like that. There is a way that choleric will always take decisions without considering anybody. So there's a way, even if two people have the same temperament, they will still behave differently based on the different environmental and lifestyle factors. Okay, then there is this scenario that I painted here that there was a particular man that sat down on his neighbor's heart. So a choleric person, sorry, please excuse me. I'm sorry, I had to hand over my baby to someone. As I was saying, the choleric person, if it's a choleric person that owns maybe the art that the other man sat down on, the choleric person will shout at the other man. But for a phlegmatic person, we just ignore. They always aim at, they want peace. They don't want any trouble in whatsoever area. So the person will just ignore. Then for a melancholic person, yeah, it may not be as if they cry like that, but they are emotional about everything. Maybe they can be emotional with it. Then a sanguine person laughs at the situation. We just be like, oh, you sat on my heart, and we just laugh at the situation. Then now let's go to understand the different temperaments. The sanguine, they can be flexible and to they easily adapt to new environments. If a sanguine person just got to a new environment. The person easily adapts, easily speaks with people, easily make new friends and everything. Then they have great communication and entertainment skills. They can be live of a party. Then they are sociable and optimistic. They are positive about situations. Then they have most approachable personalities. Sorry, please excuse. I'm sorry.
See, the baby is being sanguine.
Sir?
The baby needs attention.
Boy.
Okay. I'm sorry for that.
No,
Um
Gloria, I think best thing, give the baby attention. Oh. You can be, we can be
yeah,
enjoying it together
someone
instead of
is
hearing.
taking care of it.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
Yes, sir. They can be easily, maybe there are different types of people in a place. You can quickly, they are easily approachable. You can easily approach them on any issue. There's a way you prefer meeting them than meeting someone else that can shout on you or that can just ignore you like that. They have high level of emotional intelligence. They can swing moods. A sanguine person can receive a call that someone died and is so sober, but he has to laugh. He will just switch moods as if nothing is happening at the moment. Then they lack ability to empathize and understand deeply because of their own nature of just laughing or just jumping from one place to the other. There is a way they cannot easily calm down for people to understand their situations, though not all the time, depending on if, okay, I wrote something up, talk I didn't talk about it. I'm sorry, I skipped that. Yeah, okay. Let me make mention of that. It's possible for someone actually not to have just one temperament. You can have more than one, more than two if possible. But there is one that seems to be dominant, sort of, that seems to dominate your character. So, but you can have more than one like that. So, what I said the other time may not be general, depending on sanguine person, what the second temperament is. Then they are disorganized and unserious with work. This is actually explaining they can they can pick up this work, something else and everything, and they can just be disorganized with everything just because they want to quickly finish what they are doing and have maybe some lively mood with themselves and with people around. Then they enjoy fun and dislike those who don't respond to humor. Then they can be forgetful and talkative. So the next, choleric. They have the innate ability of leadership and to make quick decisions. Immediately there is an issue, choleric, they don't let me say they don't think twice. There is a way at the snap of your finger they are able to bring out solutions. They easily make quick decisions on issues. Then they can be obedient and goal oriented. They can follow up their goal, as in they have that strength of following up one's goal easily. Then they have good sense of self-confidence and a sincere belief of personal achievement. They believe so much in themselves, and whatsoever may want to come their way, not to I don't know how to put it. Okay, let me just put it that they believe so much in themselves. They have that self-confidence to stand in any place. They have a sincere belief of personal achievements. They believe they can do something and they make sure they do it. But they can be too domineering, autocratic, and impatient. They can be domineering They can be bossy. They want you to do something as they will also do it immediately. They can, so they may want to be bossy or be pushy like that. They may be impatient while trying to be pushy. Then they may have difficulties delegating tasks, but expect to produce same quality as it does. If a choleric person should delegate tasks, he will want you to be fast and to also produce the same quality as he would have done if it were to be him. So they dislike laziness and disloyalty, but enjoy supportive and cooperative people. Then their demanding nature sometimes translates into aggressive communication and desire to argue. They can argue sometimes due to the fact that they believe so much in themselves and they just want everybody to do as they say sometimes. Okay, to the next, that's phlegmatic. They are calm and harmonious. They just want peace most of the time. So even when they are right, they just want to calm down for you because all they want is just peace. So they are composed and collected, accompanied with a dry sense of humor. They eagerly let others speak and rule. Sometimes they just keep calm for others to just speak and rule.
No, no, no,
Then
no,
they
no, no.
take long to execute an order. It may take, because they are slow, it may take quite some time for them to ask to accomplish. They work well under pressure. They lack enthusiasm, energy, and decisiveness. A phlegmatic person may not quickly take decisions on issues. Then they dislike major changes. They they like routine works. They like when whatsoever they do from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, they do it the next day, they do it for weeks, for months. They like, so when there's a major change that is about to take place, it disarranges them, let me put it that way. So they don't like when a major change occurs. Then they don't set solid goals. They react slowly and they avoid problems to their calm nature. They like those that recognize their strengths and initiate actions and decisions, and dislike those who are arrogant and pushy and dominating. That is, they like those that make choices for them. Most of the times, they want you to just tell me what to do, then I just go and do it like that. And then to the last temperament I have here, melancholy. They are pessimistic and prefer solitude. They are pessimistic. They don't easily see something positive in a situation due to their perfectionist nature. They don't easily see anything positive in a situation. They think so wide on issues such that by the time they will reach conclusion, they have also thought about the negative effects of what you want to start up on. So they have compassion and they understand feelings while demanding quality performance. When they are, okay, let me put it like this, that when they are leaders, why they are trying to, why they are telling you to give a quality performance, they still consider your feelings, they consider what you are going through, they just put in emotional things into it. They are more emotional, they think about what others also feel, what you think of like that. So they can be meticulous, organized and analytical. They can analyze everything. Let me just give for example, if a melancholy person is going to the market, he will analyze the reason why he has to buy something, why he will not buy it, why he has to add this, and they are organized. There is a way they state out everything they want to do. Sometimes most of them, they maybe state it out on paper. This is how I want to do it. After this, then I do this. After this, I do this. They are organized. And then they pay attention to details and every possible outcome. They pay attention to details and every possible outcome. They are good at organizing and setting long-term goals. Then they take life serious by focusing on details and preparation. They focus so much on the details, the preparation, the so they are able of, okay, the negative effect, okay, if this comes up, what should we do, how should we go about it, like that. Then they insist in achieving perfection. They insist in achieving perfection. They love perfection so much. I can take it as the strength of the temperament. They love perfect. They want everything to be perfect. Whatever they are doing to be perfect. Then they dislike forgetfulness, tardiness, superficiality, and unpredictability. They don't like anything to just come their way. Okay, why they've thought about something, okay, let me do it this way. By the time anything just comes their way, they can be easily weighed down by it. Then when imperfection happen, self-depression and pessimism sets in. By the time imperfection happens, by the time imperfection happens, I'm coming, sorry please. Okay, by the time imperfection happens, maybe anything comes their way while there's a way they feel depressed, they feel like, oh, they don't have confidence in themselves again. They feel like, I can't do something good myself. I thought about it. And if they are in a group and something happens, there's a way they will look down on themselves and they feel they were the one that caused what took place and everything. So they blame themselves for every possible mistake in a team. Maybe any mistake comes up, they blame themselves easily for the mistake, feeling it was because of their imperfection that brought about this and that. Then they have urge for perfection, which makes them which makes social interaction uneasy for them. So they are urge for wanting perfection from everything. It makes them not to easily relate with people, not to have a good social interaction with people, because they are always watching how they talk. Hope I didn't talk too much. Hey, hope I didn't say something negative. Hope I didn't annoy this one. Hope I didn't do this and that. Yeah, so now what to do? I call this suka so that it will be easy for us to suka. So suka means study, understand, complement and adjust. Study, understand, complement and adjust. Now one by one, what is study? Study is like taking a close look at something, like making an investigation on someone or yourself. So study, I can put study into two different categories. There is a place of studying yourself first. There is a way when you understand yourself, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. It helps you to be able to know how to focus on your strengths and improve on your weaknesses. There is a way, okay, once you know your strengths, maybe if your strength is you easily relate with people, you make more use of that strength. Then that weakness, you keep improving on it. Let's assume for a sanguine person that does not easily um perfect a task. They jump from one task to the other. They don't perfect one before they move to the other. There's a way they will look down on themselves and they feel they are not capable. Then you now set time for yourself. You make how do I call it? You make guidelines for yourself, set goals that you can easily focus on, and you try to finish one task before you move to the other. You don't multitask like that. So you study yourself, then you study others, who they are, why they do what they do, like that. Then understand people, to know why and how things happen, to know why they do what they do, to know how someone feels and why someone behaves in a particular way, like that. For example, okay, for example, maybe let me not use it. Okay, let me just, to know how someone feels the way they feel, why they behave in a particular way, and that's where empathy comes in. Where I can easily put my, okay, let's assume maybe, let me just use this. Let's assume maybe someone is married, just came from home to work, and was just doing everything somehow. Trying to put yourself in the person's situation, that what if there are issues on the person's head and is trying to sort out? What if this person doesn't behave this way? Okay, what can be going on, and so on, like that. So just trying to put yourself in the person's situation, to feel how they feel, to understand what is going on within them, and to and understand also mean to have agreement on something. If I want to say I understand you, it means I agree with you. And even the Holy Scripture said, can two work together except they agree? So understanding why the person wants to behave this way, then I agree together with the person so that we can reach an agreement. Then it will help to work better with people. You'll be able to work easily with people. Then compliment simply means to make someone else seems better or more attractive when combining with a person. When you're trying to work with a person, trying to just appreciate, compliment has to do with appreciating the person, encouraging the person while trying to work with the person. Talks does that a lot. Before he maybe wants to correct you on something, he will first make sure he appreciates your strengths first, such that you will be encouraged to now accept your weakness and work on it. So there is a way it makes people encouraged and want to do more. They will always be at their best, they will be motivated to do more, and it makes the organization to move forward. Okay, lastly, I have adjust. To change, adjust is not totally getting loose of yourself, but it's just to slightly change in order to fit in order to be able to work better, like that. That's the place of first on yourself, trying to work on your weaknesses, and just celebrate your strength the more. Then trying to adjust oneself to be able to help the other, like that. So just to allow a little shift to accommodate others. So the benefits of suka, it helps to boost workplace morale, such that, let's assume we are in a place where everybody just laughs a lot, or everybody just wants to work and work, or everybody just wants peace, no trouble, or everybody just wants perfection in everything. There is a way work will be hard on everybody, but as everybody has their own unique characteristics, once we are able to just come together and work together, there is a way it will even help the environment to be conducive for people. Everyone wants to be at work at every point in time. Everyone we want to work together, because we know that as a team, as this one is bringing out um his own as everyone is trying to reach an agreement, everything is just balanced. Then it increases team production and efficiency. Then it improves decision making. By the time maybe someone is trying to say, okay, this problem came up, this is the solution, someone else is trying to think, let's calm down, we have to reach perfection on this. What if this happens? What if this happens? What is the long-term effect on this action we are about to take? So there is a way it will improve decision making. We will be able to make solid decisions. Then it will motivate everyone to work. Since if everyone is able to, okay, your own strength, yeah, you are slow at making decisions, but at your own strength level, there is a way you will be motivated also to work, because you know you are not just useless, that you are not able to give that you are not able to give immediate reaction to an issue. Doesn't mean you don't know what to do. It just mean maybe you are still having some thoughts on it and everything. So creativity and analysis, then it enhances good relationship and balance. So thanks so much. Any questions?
Thank you, Efe. Any questions?
Of course, I have to ask a question. So my question is directed at everybody. Did you see yourself in that presentation?
I kept feeling attacked through most of it.
Let's focus on the script, not the weaknesses. You said? Sorry, brother, what did you say?
I said I kept feeling attacked through most of it.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. So you were only looking at the negative, not at the positive. Eh? Exactly. That's also a sign to you, or maybe the kind of person you are. Only focus on the negative. Who else? Who else on themselves?
I think we all did now, actually. We all saw ourselves in this presentation. Well, I think I'm more like a sanguine. Yeah, I'm sanguine, and I saw some parts. So personally, so this is actually a question and a comment. I think a person can change their personality. Gloria, am I right? Sigmund Freud.
Yeah.
Because there was time that I was like, I was more of. I read the book years ago when I was still in high school, and I think I was once a melancholic person, very melancholic, and then but then a sanguine. So I had to adjust some parts of me to become more of a phlegmatic person. Yeah. So I think that's like so I've already adjusted myself in a way, sha. And then yeah. So I think
But
there can be
why
a
did you
mix of
adjust? Jerry, why did you adjust?
hello?
Why did you adjust?
So I read the book. I read the book what's his name? I think Tim Lai also. Yeah, Tim Lai. So I read the book and then I realized that so there were some disadvantages that to have in my life and a career in the long run. So I started to make some changes. Although I can't help some things about myself. I can't help them because that's how I am. But then I'm trying to make some changes, sir. But then I changed because I used to be very, very melancholic. I used to think about a lot of bad stuff happening to me when I was younger. I was always depressed. But I changed my lifestyle and then I changed my thinking. I basically did personal therapy on myself. So I started having you guys calm down. Bro. I'm not done. I'm almost done. Anyways, so yeah, I made some changes in my life, in my thinking, and the way I attend to things. Although I'm still learning, but then so I'm still learning. Yeah, but of course, we learn every day. Thank you. Praise the Lord.
Jerry,
Yeah, oh, Gloria.
yeah, I can't really say someone can change one's personality. Team Lions one was more of I don't want to talk into that one. That one is spirit controlled temperament, such that maybe as a Christian, when you submit who you are to Christ, then He transforms you like that. But one thing is that you can just adjust. And another thing is melancholy and phlegmatic, they somehow look alike. Let me put it that way because so many times I do feel I'm more of phlegmatic, but my husband keeps telling me, You are more of melancholy than being phlegmatic." So to me, most times even when I feel I'm but it tells me, You are melancholy like that. But just that I'm not fully melancholy. I'm both melancholy and sanguine like that. So one can, and another thing is you can have more than one temperament. So maybe your major temperament is what you are looking into. You can, it may be that you have the two like that.
Thank you, Gloria.
Uh,
So
If he has a
I think
question.
okay, ask the question first. Then I'll make my contribution based on I guess my own
All
experience.
right. All right. The I think I saw somewhere that the four, I don't know what they call them, like the phlegmatic and melancholy temperament have the bad part, the bad aspects too. So but of course bad things aren't good. So if you are like, let's say, melancholy and you know the bad part, but now trying to work on the bad part, does that mean you're not fully melancholy or going in a cycle and then being melancholy and then not being melancholy?
I
I don't
don't
know.
understand the question.
Confusing.
Are you
Even
confused,
me.
Gloria?
No, I didn't get the question.
Let me try first. So like I don't know. It's been a long time I saw it. I saw it somewhere. Let me
Okay.
try to rephrase the first question. I think the question is, so if you discover that you're like a melancholy and you know the bad parts, do you keep on
Okay.
giving excuses for those bad parts by saying, well, I'm a melancholy, and then, or can you work on it? Can you get better on it?
Yeah, you can work on it. That's the word adjust. You can
So
work
when
on
you
it.
so when you work on it, so the
But
question
why
now is when you
trying?
work on it, does it take you to another temperament? That's what we are trying to ask.
No,
Oscar,
not
Oscar, you confused.
okay. It's not as if maybe it will lead to another temperament like that. You have some strength, and some strength also maybe in your second temperament. So you just need to focus more on your strengths, then try to keep improving. No one is actually perfect. So you just keep improving on your weaknesses, but you focus more on your strengths such that you don't keep looking down on yourself while focusing on your weaknesses. Because whatsoever you focus on, you maximize. So when you focus on your weaknesses, you keep seeing yourself like, oh, this is my weakness. Oh, this is who I am. But when you focus on your strengths, there's a way you keep looking at yourself, you keep seeing yourself better, then you keep improving your weaknesses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gloria. I think Tokes can go ahead.
Yeah, so I've done quite a number of this personality tests. Um, so okay, so the first one I ever encountered was this similar high one, melancholy, sanguine, phlegmatic, and all that. And then I went further and even did the categorizations. So usually you probably won't be melancholic, right? You probably combine two. So you either be like a melancholic, where one is dominant,
Yeah.
melancholic, choleric, phlegmatic, and it's just too many combinations. But like when I was in business school, so we did a lot of tests. So at some point, I felt I was like in a lab and people were just trying to psychoanalyze me. So I got a bit tired of it. So there's one called MBTI, which is Myers-Briggs. And I think maybe at some point, maybe when we finally have a little bit of money, we can do it so everybody actually sees their results. So that one is a little bit different. So I think the difference with similar highs or this model is with Myers-Briggs, it talks about preferences. So I just want to comment on whether you can change or whether you can't change. So there is a chance that I don't know whether to call it change, because I'll say for me, I have, okay, maybe I should use the word evolved or matured or grown or adapted. Okay, adapted is the right word. I've adapted a lot. So before I got married, I used to be super outgoing. They say 3 people are meeting somewhere and they're my friends, I'm there. My wife is the opposite. She likes to stay at home. Of course, after going on 17 years of marriage, I hope I got the calculation correct. That's correct. Going on 17 years of marriage, we have kind of almost flipped roles now. Now she wants to go out. I say, I don't know, I'm indoors. So what happened was I kept adapting to her, not in a painful manner, but I got married. So because in the very early years of marriage, I still wanted to be out and out and out. And I noticed that it wasn't bringing any joy. So subconsciously, I started adapting to be more at home than to be out. And now I've completely adapted. So now when it's like, let's go out and do something, I'm like, no, I'm just watching TV. Living what I would have considered a very boring life 17 years ago is now my ideal life. And I'm loving it. Like I'm watching, what's it called? Documentaries that I wouldn't have watched then. So some of these things are preferences. And I agree with Gloria that they are also your strengths. So instead of focusing on, this is what's wrong with me, see it as, okay, these are my natural strengths, and I can develop this. The other thing that happens is sometimes your job also roots out some of these things in you. So if you are sanguine, for example, and they put you using this model, and they put you in a factory where you have to follow processes. If you don't get sacked within the first 6 months, they probably beat you into shape. And, so you may then enhance some other innate qualities that you had. You adapt a little bit. It doesn't mean that you won't still be sanguine. It just means that some other things that were probably lying dormant or a bit latent in you will now come to the fore. So there are a number of models, and there's another one that actually looks at your personality and suggests, okay, maybe this is the career you should go for. So it was very interesting when I did that one. I've forgotten what the name is now. I have my folders in the store somewhere. I did that one, and after writing out the test, the result that came out is that I should be a project manager, and that was my job at the time. So I went to the guy and I said, "Oh, does this mean I'm doing what I was called to do?" And the guy said, "No. That sometimes also because you've done something again and again, your answers. So it's not like the thing is predicting what you should be doing. It's actually just showing what you are doing." The other one, the one I found really, really fascinating was one, and this one I'm sure was super expensive to pay for. We needed a professor. There's a guy called Andrew Kakabatse. I still remember him because that day, it was the first time I was in an MBA class and I felt like I was in a crusade or something. So you answer all these questions, and then he'll ask you, what does a graph look like? So maybe one day when we're doing team building, I'll bring out some of my responses actually. He'll look at your graph and he'll tell you, this is what has been happening in your career. And I was shocked. And he was absolutely spot on. So one guy with me at the time I was consulting with me, he said, the way this thing looks, it looks like you don't give. So he swore. My daughter is there, so I can't say it. He said, you don't give an F. And I said, why? He said, it looks like you're just trying to avoid all the politics. Blah, blah. And at the time, it's true. My focus was on the MBA. I was just making money just to pay for it, right, and to live my life. I didn't care about organizational politics or even about advancing my career. So anyway, to wrap it up, I think the thing to bear in mind here is all these models, they can be as accurate as possible, but it doesn't mean, what you shouldn't try to do is put yourself in a box. Use it to understand your personality, use it to understand your strengths, but that doesn't mean you can't adapt or, adapt as you grow and as you find things you enjoy or careers or when you get married. So for example, don't use it as an excuse for bad behavior. They'll say collect people are hot-tempered. So like when I was in Ife, when I read the Timlai book, I was bang on choleric. Like that was where I was. Bossy, everything, hot temper, serious temper. But yeah, over time, you grow, you adapt. And, you know, I still lose my temper every now and then, but now it's fewer and farther between. So just to bring a bit of perspective, since I'm the oldest man in the group, I've come to accept my old age. You know. So well, thank you. I think that was really detailed. And when we have some money, we'll do some more personality tests just to help you understand yourselves better and help you make decisions with career, with many things, even with marriage. It helps as well. But don't use it as an excuse. More use it as a strength. Thanks.
Thank you, Tokes. So initially, we had planned that we were going to watch a video on architecture from Timmy after this Kochi Talks, but it's a 41-minute video, which means it's essentially too long for the time we have left. So we won't be proceeding with that. Yeah. So, Tokes, what did you say?
I said let's do next week. Let's watch the video next week. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Tolu and Timmy are supposed to present next week. Timmy plans to do an extraction of the video for us as his presentation.
Okay, so we can take the video as homework, and that can help the conversation next week. But if Timmy says you should watch it, maybe it's really important to watch it.
Yeah. So the main reason is because it basically talks about the abstract. It basically gives an abstract idea of how architecture with project works, and the guy actually has a whole lot of experience at what architecture works and what doesn't work. And he tries to present it as the best architecture is kind of like slim fitted for each use case. That's why I found it really interesting.
So Tokes said we can take it as an homework or assignment, and then next week we'll be able to discuss more on it when you're presenting. Yeah, so I'll send the link to the video on the Cut Talks channel. Nifemi, you don't have to be scared. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in for today's Cut Talks. See ya next week. Prepare your slides.
Thank you for organizing. Thank you, Shadi. Thank you, man.
Bye.
Bye.